you should always advocate for yourself and be a voice for yourself. You should never let what somebody else did ruin or run your life.
A 38-year-old mother from Alabama who has filed a lawsuit accusing Sean Diddy Combs and JayZ of raping her when she was 13 years old is speaking out to NBC News for the first time. She asked us not to reveal her identity.
What made you want to come forward and talk today?
Because I think that I've been quiet long enough about what I've been through, and it's been hard enough to be quiet. But it's a chapter of my life that I'd like to close.
An NBC News review of her account found inconsistencies with her allegations. She says that she went to the MTV Video Music Awards in 2000 to catch a glimpse of her favorite celebrities.
You weren't scared to be all alone?
No, with having autism is like feeling like you live your life in a shatterproof juggle ball. The world's on fire. The fire is inside the ball with you, but there's no way for you to get out.
In addition to having autism, the woman says she suffered a head injury.
All right, so let's get to the shits, man. Since the last time we podded, a accusation has come out against JayZ about him messing with some underage girl in the year 2000. I think it was September 7th was the date or something like that. The year 2000. Just for reference, just for not clarification, but just for references. This is pre blueprint JayZ. This is very early on where this accusation is coming from. The accusation is that this 13-year-old girl came to the MTV Music Awards, I think it was, or something like that, in an after party somewhere at Radio City Music Hall in New York, and she was not able to get in because of her age. So what she did was hung out around outside, watched the jumbotron of the show or of the party or whatever the fuck she was claiming, and that she ended up bumping into a limo driver that was actually a part of Diddy's entourage. And the limo driver said, wait. If you wait right here, I have a few drop-offs to make. I have to drop a few celebrities off at their houses, and then I'll come back and get you because Diddy likes underage girls, and you fit the description of the type of girl that he likes. So she said that she waited. The limo driver came back and got her and then took her back to a party where there were waitresses walking around with drinks. And she took a drink. She drank it, got woozy, stumbled her way into a random bedroom, laid down, upon which Diddy, Sean Carter, a.k.a. JayZ, and some unnamed woman entered the room. They pinned her down and they took turns on her while the woman watched. This is her claim. And then Derek, when we were talking about this yesterday, you said some new developments have been made that I did not hear of. So I will let you take over.
Yeah, I'm going to just read straight from the article that I have here about some of the inconsistencies. And first, we're going to start off with the fact that she admitted to already making some mistakes in her recollections of that night. So if that doesn't, like we were saying last night, you know, JayZ's lawyers are going to absolutely pick her apart and destroy her on the stand. So I don't know what their game plan is but going forward. But if you get up there having already acknowledged and admitted that you have inconsistencies in your fucking story from 24 years ago, good luck. They're going to absolutely destroy this woman when she gets on stand. And I don't know why they're trying so hard to keep her image or who she is anonymous when it's all going to come out anyway. You still got to take the stand at some point. Like, all of this information is going to come out, but I'm going to read straight from the article of what they said, because this is coming straight from NBC News. I don't know if y'all know, but they did interview her. She did not step in front of the camera. It was basically some weird ass quirky voice from behind the microphone, basically, is what was happening.
Who is this that interviewed her?
It was NBC News.
I didn't even know that. Okay.
Yeah, NBC News had an exclusive with her. All right, and which I don't even know why you would take it, because if all this comes out to be a lie or false or whatever, we just saw Donald Trump is getting paid out, what, 15, 16 million for defamatory comments made by a news network. So I would really be treading lightly if I was a news network to pick up on these stories. But they're like fucking leeches. They can't help it. But anyway, I'm gonna read straight from the article.
Shout out to Piers Morgan.
Yeah, shout out to Piers Morgan, who had to walk all that shit back when he brought what's the name, crazy ass up on the show. Jaguar. All right, so I'm gonna read this. It says, I have made mistakes, quote unquote. In recollections of that night, the woman, identified as Jane Doe in the lawsuit filed against JayZ and Diddy, told NBC News. The woman said she stands by her allegations overall. The inconsistencies in her account of the incident alleged to have happened 24 years ago, and they do not necessarily mean that the allegations are false. However, among the inconsistencies, the woman said her father picked her up after the alleged sexual assault, but he says he doesn't recall that. The woman also claims she spoke to a celebrity at the after party where she said she was sexually assaulted, but that celebrity said that he was not in New York at that time at all. And images from that evening show JayZ, whose real name is Sean Carter, and Sean Diddy Combs at a different location than the one the woman described, although their whereabouts for the entire evening are unclear. This incident didn't happen, Carter told NBC News in a statement Friday, and yet he filed it in court and doubled down in the press. True justice is coming. We fight from victory, not for victory. This was over before it began. This 1-800 lawyer doesn't realize it yet, but soon.
This is what happens when you go after a fucking writer.
This
you
is
hear the way that he's talking and all of these statements that they're making.
Listen, the way that he's handling this, Jesus Christ.
What more can I say to be playing in the background?
Then he came out and showed his face at the Simba, the Lion King. What was it? Premiere.
Yeah, it was the premiere. Yeah, he stepped out with his family.
Him, his wife, and his daughter were there, and
yeah,
he, that's a good move on his part, is that he's not hiding.
It was a good move.
Diddy kind of did the same thing though, because he was outside as well, but
he tried.
He tried.
Yeah, he tried. It did just, like you said, like he was about to say, it just didn't work out the same way. And one of the things that we're also seeing that I just saw a couple of days ago is that they were asking Roger Goodell, hey yo, how you gonna handle this? He said, we're not breaking our partnership with him. Are you fucking crazy? No, I'm not breaking my part over this. Over an allegation, which is crazy because it's almost a 180 from what we saw with Diddy, right? With Diddy, everybody was like, "Oh no, we going hands off." But Diddy started to turn, but it speaks to, in my opinion anyway, it speaks to the case. Like it speaks to the severity and legitimacy of the claims being made here.
My theory is that they already knew that Diddy was a piece of shit.
Yeah,
and they knew. I bet you there was whispers going around in Hollywood or whatever you want to call it for the last 30 years of the things that he's done.
I could believe it. I absolutely can believe it.
Yeah.
I'm hearing whispers. You better believe. Say it again.
I said, and they got him on tape, corroborating what everything that he, it's just like with the Ray Rice thing. It's like when you see it on camera, it's 100,000 times worse. It's like, you
right,
really
heard about the Ray Rice. We heard about that fight, and then to see the fight was like, shit.
For not hearing about it, 4 games suspension, seeing it, career over. He never played another down again. That was it. It was over. It was over. So yeah. I think the video with Cassie is what ended him.
Oh, that was his fate, and he knew it was out there because he was trying to scrub it. He was trying to scrub it and get rid of it, but he knew it was floating around out there, and so he knew what he was doing for day one. I don't know why in the world he came out and doubled and tripled down on it. Like, no, I refute all of these claims. Like, nigga, okay, if you already know you did something, you probably should have just shut the hell up. It would have been better for him to say nothing, say nothing at all.
Should have paid her. Should have paid that $30
You
million.
should have paid her the money, paid her because you ended up paying her anyway, and you paid her more.
Yep.
You know, so and then you add in all the legal fees that he had to pay going back and forth. Like, bro, you should have just paid her off rip, but you didn't want to do it. You wanted to be arrogant. So, all right. But
now
this is a complete 180 from that situation to JC's situation. Jay is saying, hey, send whoever you got. Because I'm gonna destroy you. I'm gonna destroy everybody over here.
And he said, nigga, I implore you to file criminal charges against me if you say that I did it. Why keep it civil, nigga? Put me in prison.
Yep.
So
it's a nigga inviting you to all of the smoke. All of the smoke, all of it. Don't leave no stone unturned. You said, do your due diligence.
Hey, I don't care how confident you are. I don't care how confident you are in anything in life. When there is an active nigga inviting you to smoke, to all of the smoke, you should at least think twice.
They ain't thinking twice.
You got them T's and them I's dotted and crossed.
Make sure.
Yeah.
I reserve judgment just the same way that I did Diddy. I have not done one piece of content on either one of them because I don't know. You know, I'm not going to stand up and defend or abhor either one of them because I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, Diddy is kind of already cooked at this point, but I mean more so like towards the beginning when everything was developing, and now with the JayZ thing, like as much, you know, everybody here knows that I'm a JayZ fan, and I just was kind of like, you know, if he did it, then let him burn. But the way that he's handling it is kind of, it's not shocking to me because I know what type of guy he is, you know, at least in the media. But it's kind of like, wow, like he's really like standing up in front of this shit. Like, kudos, I guess, you know. But I was also thinking that could also be a tactic if he was guilty, you know, because he know how to play it better than Diddy did. Because Diddy did all the wrong things.
He did all the wrong things.
I don't know.
All the wrong things.
I would think a nigga who has been through so many scandals already and has been in the industry for so long would have been able to handle it something like that a lot better than that, because the nigga came out and said, I have been sitting back and watching you guys defame my character for all this time, and now enough is enough. I am innocent. And then the video came out like 3 days later.
And then that nigga was back on the internet apologizing.
You know, I've had women, I can't remember who it was, dog, but I think I had a woman offer me some sex for some free studio time one time, years ago. And I'm just like, no, I'm good. And then imagine if I didn't have the wherewithal to say, no, I'm good. No.
Exactly.
And then all the type of shit that I would be caught up in, like
all the backlash that could have followed that. Now it could have been like, oh, he SA'd me, he assaulted me. It was just me and him in there, wasn't no witnesses. So now it's your word against her word, literally. And now this chick done could possibly upended your entire livelihood. You know what I'm saying? That's what we dealing with. And then at JayZ's level, it's at an extreme level of that. I'm pretty sure it's multiple women. That's what goes back to Ojo's point of view. When you open up that door and you start paying people off, now everybody can come out the woodworks and be like, oh, I do remember I had this. I was in the studio with him this one time, or I was around him this one time. I could probably use that. I could probably parlay that into some type of payoff, some type of payday. And that's why JayZ flat out refused. And I loved it when he said, listen, you're not getting one red cent. I'm not paying nothing. I'm not paying off nobody to do nothing. Get it how you get it. Send who you got.
Good luck.
I'm not paying no. Good luck. I see you there. I love it.
That sounded like some shit you would have said.
Oh, definitely.
Like, I'm not giving you shit.
I'm not giving you a goddamn. Send whoever you got. You're gonna have to take it in blood.
And that's right there when I knew it was over. Like, bitch,
yeah,
you're
I knew
not
it was
getting a fucking thing.
Yep. He said this ain't Diddy. And he said it in so many words in his paragraph. He was like,
I'm gonna show you how different I am.
Exactly. That was a shot straight to Diddy. Like, oh, I'm gonna show you.
Everybody like different from what? Different from
what? No, y'all. We know who he talking about.
Yeah, we know who you talking about, nigga.
He's a fucking smart nigga. But we knew exactly who he was talking about.
Right.
You talking about Diddy? This ain't that.
I'm very proud of the way that he's handling it. I didn't know about any of the new shit that you're talking about, but I think
they're gonna shred this. They're gonna shred her. She gonna get up there and it's gonna be embarrassing. It's gonna be Showtime at the Apollo. Showtime out the Apollo. Good luck.
What up?
I hope
Come again the fuck out of here. Come again.
Sandman pull her off the stand like.
And from the sound of it, she already rattled. She already cagey. She already going back on some of the shit that she said. Oh, it is going to be an absolute show up there. It's showtime.
Two things I want to point out. One, she already did this lawsuit, and she went back and amended the lawsuit by adding JayZ to it, because initially it was only for Diddy, and then she added him to it. Like, but here's my thing: how do you just be like, "Oh, I forgot, JayZ fucked me too"? Oh, you don't forget something like that.
You don't remember how many dicks you had that night? You don't even remember how many dicks you had. So how can I trust? How can we take your word for anything else that you're talking about? And you don't even remember who was busting you down.
And that leads straight to my second point, because my second point was that in her own story, she says, I took a drink. I'm 13. I took a drink. It instantly made me woozy. And I went to the room and laid down where they took advantage of me. So now here you are introducing I'm out of my mind, I'm impaired, I am incoherent into your own story.
It's your own argument. Good luck with that. And so thanks, by the way.
How the fuck would you know what happened or if anything happened if you're claiming you were so woozy that you couldn't even stand anymore? Like, come on, man.
I just wish I could be there, honestly. I wish I could be in a courtroom.
I'm trying to remember. I don't think New York allows cameras in their courtrooms. So
not for federal cases.
Yeah, not
for federal cases. They don't.
That's why Diddy's case is not going to be televised.
I believe LA does, but not New York. So
she had too much dip on her chip. She thought she got one. She thought she can get both of them. No.
Yeah, you took it too far.
Yeah, you got one.
And now we about to question everything you said, which makes it worse for actual victims. You know what I'm saying? You want to get out here because now we got to question every woman. Now we got to double take at every lawsuit. Now we got to double take at every claim that comes across our desk. Now we got to look sideways at every chick that comes forward talking about that they was assaulted. You've literally did a disservice to your own fucking species. Congratulations. This is why we don't believe all women.